Folks were divided. There were those who found the goddess's actions cruel and unjust, while others considered them appropriate to the defense of her austere virginity. As usual, both parties had their reasons. Jove's wife alone refrained from passing judgment, rejoicing as she did when some misfortune fell upon one of Agenor's descendants, for her undying hatred of her husband's Tyrian mistress had been redirected more generally against Europa's kin. But look, her husband's at it once again. Semele's womb is swollen with the seed of almighty Jove, and Juno is dismayed. This so reminds her of earlier episodes that a great tirade rises to her lips. "But when have I won anything by shouting?" she asked. "No, I must attack and ruin her. If I am rightly styled as almighty Juno, if it is right for me to bear the scepter, if I am certainly the queen of Jove, his sister, his wife, well, certainly his sister. Why bother, though? She's just a one-night stand, a momentary insult to my conjugal rights. But this one carries shame that can't be hidden in her tumescent womb, and that is new. Her fondest wish is to become a mother of a child by Jove, an honor I'm denied. She's proud of her good looks. I'll have that pride betray her. Say that I'm not Saturn's daughter if that one doesn't end up in the Styx, and plunged there by almighty Jove himself." She left her throne and journeyed to the house of Semele, wrapped in a golden cloud until she'd made herself into a crone with whitened hair and wrinkle-furrowed skin, who walked bent over double, tottering on trembling limbs, and spoke up in a voice that quavered with old age. As such, she seemed Barroway, Semele's Epidaurian nurse. A long and veiling chat of this and that until Jove's name came up. Nurse sighed and said, "I hope he's Jupiter, although I doubt it. The divinity plea, an all too common ploy among seducers. Suppose he is, though. Make him provide assurance of his love. If he's the real thing, ask him to put on all the trappings of his high office, and embrace you, showing such almighty splendor as when he is received by Lady Juno." Thus the goddess schooled the clueless daughter of Cadmus, who went off quickly to Jove and asked him for a gift, nature unspecified. "Ask it," he said. "I will deny you nothing. So that you may believe me all the more, I'll swear by the sacred rolling Styx, the god that terrifies the rest of us." Tickled to death by her appalling fate, and demanding from her too indulgent lover a gift soon to undo her, Semele said, "Just as you are when Lady Juno receives you in her embraces, and you initiate the pact of Venus, hidden from all others, come likewise unto me." Even as she spoke, the god would have prevented her from speaking, but all too swiftly had her words been uttered, which, like his oath, could not be taken back. He groans, distraught, and then ascends to heaven, and with a glance the mists are summoned round. Dark clouds are laced with lightning and high winds, and thunder too, and inescapable fire. As best he can, he moderates his force, leaving upon its shelf the thunderbolt with which he hurled the 100-handed Typhus into the fire. That would have been too much. Instead, he picks a bolt the Cyclops forged, one with reduced anger and a lower flame. They call such weapons his light artillery. And so apparelled came to Semele, but she, whose mortal body could not bear such heavenly excitement, burst into flames, and was incinerated by Jove's gift. Her child was torn out of her womb unfinished, and, this part is scarcely credible, was sewn into his father's thigh, where he was brought to term. His mother's sister, Ino, secretly cared for the babe, and then surrendered him to nymphs on Nysa, who hid him in their cave and nourished him with milk. And so, on earth, the cradle of the twice-born baby Bacchus was kept from harm by fate's decree.